for over 50 years in every corner of the UK were a pledge of service. It was a pledge to continue to serve.
At 41, Prince William is no longer just a future king. He is a man breaking free from the long shadows of duty, tradition, and unspoken rules. For ages, the tabloids whispered, experts speculated, and the public wondered. Now William has finally cracked the silence, confirming suspicions that trailed him for years. His confession is not only startling, it is painfully personal, showing a hidden side the world rarely glimpses. What exactly did he admit, and why did he wait so long? The answer takes us back to the very beginning, to a childhood lived under brighter spotlights than most of us will ever know. William Arthur Philip Lewis arrived on June 21st, 1982, tiny yet destined for enormous expectations. 1 week later, his full name echoed through Buckingham Palace, and on the day his great-grandmother turned 82, he was christened in the music room, a ceremony both intimate and historic. When William was 9 months old, he joined Charles and Diana on a groundbreaking tour of Australia and New Zealand. No royal infant had ever traveled so far on official business, and the moment he played with a wooden Buzzy toy in New Zealand, the image raced around the globe, turning that simple toy into a national treasure. Yet behind every smile a heavier truth was forming. Just 2 years later, little brother Harry arrived in 1984, and the boys grew up shuttling between Kensington Palace and Highgrove House. Diana, determined to keep them grounded, whisked them to fast food counters, homeless shelters, and hospital wards, showing life outside gilded walls. At home, nicknames ruled. Staff heard Harry call him Willie, while Diana lovingly teased Wombat. She once joked William felt like my wise old man, because even as a child he seemed thoughtful beyond his years. In March 1991, 9-year-old William made his first official appearance while visiting Wales for St. David's Day. Cameras caught a composed young prince shaking hands, but inside, nerves churned. Later that year, he joined the family in Canada, a joyful escape before an era of upheaval. The true turning point crashed into his life on August 31st, 1997. News flashed that Diana, Princess of Wales, had died in a car accident in Paris. William was 15, cocooned at Balmoral with Harry and their father when Charles shared the unthinkable. Shock froze him, and grief would trail him for years. 5 days later, he walked behind his mother's coffin beside Harry, Charles, Prince Philip, and Diana's brother, a heart-wrenching march from Kensington Palace to Westminster Abbey. William later admitted that he moved like a robot, unable to feel anything but numb disbelief. When he turned 30, he inherited most of Diana's estate, then worth about £10 million, along with treasures that still carried her scent, letters, the famous wedding gown, sparkling jewels, and the handwritten lyrics to Candle in the Wind, the song Elton John dedicated to her memory. School life never slowed because of titles. William started at Mrs. Minner's nursery, moved to Weatherby Prep, and boarded at Ludgrove in Berkshire, where summer tutors drilled math and languages. He loved football, swimming, cross-country, and clay pigeon shooting. Injuries followed. A golf club accident left a small scar. A broken finger required surgery. Most heirs attend Gordonstown, yet Diana's family bond with Eton steered him there instead. Reporters struck a deal to give privacy if the palace released occasional updates. Each weekend, William sipped tea with Queen Elizabeth, learning the quiet code of kingship. After Eton, he chose a gap year. He trained with soldiers at an army camp in Belize, worked on UK farms, taught English in Chile, and even picked up Swahili while backpacking in Africa. Those adventures hardened his resolve and deepened his empathy. In 2001, William enrolled at St. Andrews University in Scotland. He first tackled art history, but switched to geography, a choice that felt more practical. On campus, he behind the nickname Steve, played water polo, and cooked cheap pasta with roommates who soon realized the crown prince could burn toast like anyone else. Graduation came in 2005 with honors, and the palace wasted no time. William served briefly at the Bank of England, shadowed spies at MI6, and completed a 2014 Cambridge course on running the Duchy of Cornwall. Solo tours followed. New Zealand after devastating floods, Australia after fierce bushfires, each trip sharpening his public voice. Yet the greatest shift arrived through one person, Kate Middleton, They met in the dorms, laughed across library tables, and friendship sparked into love. Their 2011 wedding drew 2 billion viewers, but for William, Kate's calm steadiness mattered more than global cheers. She became his anchor, his sounding board, his strongest ally. Royal watchers often praise William's composure, but recent trials prove how much weight that calm face hides. In January 2024, Kate underwent major abdominal surgery, and soon after doctors discovered cancer, the world gasped, but inside their home, fear and resolve locked hands. William juggled everything at once. He comforted Kate through chemotherapy, knelt beside homework tables with Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, and still appeared at engagements where cameras begged for perfect smiles. During a 2024 Earthshot Prize, he praised Kate's courage, yet few noticed the strain etched around his eyes. Private life grew quieter. William streamlined schedules, so the family could eat dinner together and keep noise down for Kate's rest. He explained illness to the children in gentle terms, promising safety while swallowing his own dread. Evenings often ended with whispered stories and soft lights instead of crowded banquets. In September 2024, Kate announced she had completed chemo. Relief swept to the palace, but William felt a new clarity. Life is fragile, even in castles. He returned to duty with fiercer purpose, determined to steward the monarchy and protect his family at the same time. While Kate healed away from flashes and headlines, William became the visible anchor. He guarded their privacy, voiced their hopes, and showed a resilience that inspired many who once doubted his readiness for the throne. Kate's sudden silence at glittering palace receptions turned every eye toward Prince William, and he did not flinch. The empty chair beside him shouted worry to the world, yet the air grew taller beneath the weight, proving that crisis can forge quiet iron. Away from cameras, his diary overflowed. Dawn meant dressing 3 sleepy children, scanning medical updates, then sprinting to climate briefings where every syllable was recorded. Nights ended with whisper hospital visits, towering red boxes of papers, and bedtime stories only the nursery walls could hear. Stress spiked when the Sussex shockwave hit. Headlines looped the line. Prince Harry and Meghan saying they're stepping back from royal duties, and William felt a brother drift across an ocean while pundits demanded an instant fix. Each reunion photo became a microscope slide for global debate. Since nursery days, he has known a crown waited. Yet no tutor explained the loneliness that follows real-life storms. Grief for Diana, fear for Kate, and sorrow over Harry collide with state trumpets that allow no tears in public. January 2024 split his world again when surgeons wheeled Kate into major abdominal surgery. William transformed spare rooms into recovery suites, plotted secret school runs, and studied chemo protocols like foreign policy memos. By daylight, he greeted charities with calm warmth. By moonlight, he folded blankets and prayed for clean scans. Even while his heart paced hospital corridors, he pushed forward shared missions. The Earthshot Prize unveiled new finalists, and his mental health podcast urged men to speak out because he was living that message himself. Spotlights grew harsher. Journalists timed his handshakes. Fashion blogs counted recycled ties, and online detectives turned every pause into a theory. William learned to reveal nothing while seeming fully open, a draining but vital dance. Inside palace gates, he rewrites old rulebooks. He chooses food banks over formality, youth tech labs over marble halls, and invites ordinary citizens into Windsor Gardens to brainstorm green ideas. Admirers cheer, traditionalists groan, and William pushes on because he believes ritual survives only when it evolves. His biggest mission at home is protecting childhood. One silly face from Louis spawns memes, a shy wave from Charlotte headlines global feeds, and George's growth spurs gossip about future training. William and Kate barter one orderly photo call for months of peace, plant taller hedges, and teach the children that privacy is priceless. The bond with King Charles is both respectful and complicated. At last year's concert, William quipped, "I would say a few words about my father, but don't worry, unlike Lionel, I won't go on all night long." Laughter hiding a deeper wish for warmth inside rigid ceremony. Diana's final night still haunt him. Flashbulbs, speeding bikes, and a Paris tunnel echo in dreams, forging his iron rule. His children will never be chased. Reporters get scheduled windows. drones near Amber draw formal complaints, and security doubles on beach days. Some nights the wait feels brutal. After bedtime, he stands on a balcony above the Thames wondering if one man can modernize a 1,000-year crown without snapping it, unite with Harry, protect Kate, and still breathe. Hope returns at dawn when Kate's resilience texts him hair jokes or insists he step outside for fresh air. They run on teamwork. She reminds him to eat, he reminds her to rest, and by breakfast they face cameras as one. Their marriage weathers storms few can imagine. From protocol rows over footing positions to instant gossip spun from a lifted eyebrow. Yet William clings to 3 pillars Diana taught: kindness, honesty, courage, extra pressures, and unseen battles. Supporters cheer his climate pledge, yet critics leap the moment he boards a short helicopter hop. Security often leaves no choice. Still accusations of hypocrisy sting the prince who genuinely frets over carbon. Few know how many micro-decisions flood his desk. He signs condolence books, studies briefs thicker than scarves, and sneaks calls to families facing cancer, all before lunch. Mental health is his heartbeat. Heads together. The shout text line, ambulance burnout roundtables. Every effort powered by memories of silent pain he once hid. On rare weekends at Amber Hall, they roast marshmallows under starlit skies. Yet even those country nights require watchful guards because telephoto lenses reach for miles. Running big projects and the cost of living squeeze invite scrutiny. Earth-shot millions come from donors, but William insists on crystal-clear budgets and public updates to prove royal charity can be transparent. Parliament's debates about the crown grow louder each year. So William listens in community centers, shaping speeches from nurses and farmers' real worries. Hospital corridors taught him new empathy. After sitting with Kate beside humming machines, he now spotlights early screening programs, while nurses quietly thank him for using his platform. When King Charles heads abroad, William becomes Britain's face at home. Investitures, troop reviews, meetings with visiting presidents, all rehearsed for weeks so they appear effortless on screen. One memory drives him hardest: the cold march behind Diana's coffin. That moment etched a rule he repeats: the monarchy must never forget the human being behind the spectacle. He dreams of a leaner future coronation with community choirs and shorter routes, reminding aides that robes cannot weigh more than progress. Public opinion swings like a pendulum. Many hail his casual jokes and curry orders. Others accuse him of playing both sides. Yet he keeps moving. Criticism is the cost of relevance. When Kate rang the chemo completion bell, the family picnicked under Windsor Oaks. Polaroid snapshots stay locked in William's desk, shielded from leaks, proof that some images belong only to them. His calendar brims with a Caribbean climate tour, an expanded homeward homelessness push, and delicate talks to coax Harry into the next family portrait. Each tackled one patient conversation at a time. Anxiety sometimes ambushes him. Friends say he runs late-night treadmill sprints, prays, and chats with Kate to steady his mind. Coping tools he shares publicly so boys see that real courage means seeking help. The road ahead is steep. Brexit aftershocks, cost crises, and global unrest guarantee that every royal step will be measured in hashtags. Yet William faces a storm with the same fire that carried him from RAF rescue flights to fatherhood. He keeps his mother's mantra framed in his study: lead with heart, then protocol will follow, written in Diana's own hand. The boy who once walked behind a flag-draped coffin is now the man determined that no royal child will feel that hollow pain beneath shining crowns.